All right, let's talk about a high-stakes race that's happening right now, completely in the background. It's a digital countdown to protect the world's entire aviation system from a new kind of threat, one that could basically unravel everything we rely on to fly safely. And I want to start with a really stark fact. This isn't a maybe or a what if. It's happening right now. Your flight data is being stolen, not to be used today, but to be stockpiled for a future attack.
This strategy even has a name. Harvest now, decrypt later. Think of it like this. Nation-states are acting like digital hoarders. They're collecting mountains of encrypted data, flight plans, air traffic control messages, you name it. And they're just sitting on it, waiting for the day they get a key that can unlock every last bit of it. And that key is a quantum computer.
So yeah, this isn't some far-off science fiction plot. We are staring down the barrel of a ticking crypto bomb, and the timer is already set.
Just look at this timeline. A 50-50 chance that our current encryption could be broken by 2031. That is not far away. We're talking about the fundamental security that protects global air travel, and it could become totally useless almost overnight.
So the big question is, how? How is this even possible? What makes a quantum computer so special and so dangerous to our current way of doing things? Let's break it down.
Okay, so your phone, your laptop, they use bits. A bit is simple. It's either 0 or 1, on or off. But a quantum computer uses something called a qubit. And this is the magic trick. A qubit can be a 0, a 1, or somehow both at the exact same time. This gives it a kind of superpower, letting it explore millions of possibilities instantly. For code breaking, well, that's an absolute game changer.
And these computers have a couple of super weapons in their arsenal. First up is Shor's algorithm. You can think of this as the ultimate skeleton key. It doesn't just pick the lock, it shatters it. It completely breaks the kind of encryption we use for almost everything. Then there's Grover's algorithm. This one is a little different. It doesn't shatter the lock, but it weakens it. A lot. It forces us to build much, much bigger and clunkier digital locks just to stay ahead.
So let's bring this out of the theoretical and into the real world. How does this threat actually translate to the planes flying over our heads every single day?
Just take a look at this number, 200,000. That's roughly how many aircraft around the globe are operating right now using encryption that one of these quantum computers could tear right through. This isn't a small problem affecting a few old planes. We're talking about the entire global fleet. And we're not talking about the Wi-Fi or the in-flight entertainment system here. We are talking about the absolute heart of the aircraft. The flight management computer, that's the plane's brain. GPS and ADS-B are its eyes and ears. CPDLC is how pilots talk to air traffic control. If you compromise these systems, you compromise the safety of everyone on board. It's that simple.
But okay, it is not all doom and gloom. Because while one group of brilliant people was figuring out how to build the ultimate lockpick, another group was busy designing a truly unpickable lock. This is the quantum-resistant shield.
The good news is we have a solution. The folks over at NIST, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, have been working on this for years. They've standardized a whole new set of encryption algorithms. The key here is that they're based on math problems that are incredibly hard for any computer to solve, quantum or not. Think of Crystal's Kyber and Crystal's dilithium as the new unbreakable codes for the quantum age.
So the shield exists. The technology is here. But now comes the really, really hard part. Getting that shield deployed across the entire planet before that crypto bomb goes off. This is the race to upgrade.
And there is a plan in place. The FAA has laid out a pretty clear 3-phase roadmap. Phase 1, which is happening right now, is basically a giant inventory check. Every airline has to find all their old, vulnerable systems. Phase 2 is about testing the new quantum-resistant tech in controlled environments. And then Phase 3, kicking off in 2028, is the big one, the full mandatory switchover for all critical systems. It's a tight schedule for sure, but it has to be. So we've got the solution, we've got the plan, we've got a deadline. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? Well, this is where we get a major, sobering reality check.
And here is problem number one. It's a huge one. 60%, more than half, of the world's aircraft are considered legacy. That's a nice way of saying they're old. Their core electronics, the digital nervous systems, were designed decades ago. They simply don't have the power or the architecture to handle these new upgrades without incredibly expensive, complex, and time-consuming retrofits.
And if that wasn't a big enough hurdle, here's problem number two. Despite the FAA's clear timeline, a truly staggering 83% of aviation organizations haven't even started the first step of assessing their risks. The industry as a whole is just dangerously behind schedule. It's like the fire alarm is blaring and almost everyone is still hitting the snooze button. So here's where we land. We are in this incredible race between innovation on one side and just plain old inertia on the other. The shield that can protect our skies is sitting on the shelf, ready to go. The roadmap for getting it installed is crystal clear. But that clock is ticking louder and louder toward 2031, and the massive, complex machine of global aviation is just moving way, way too slow. The question isn't whether we can solve this, it's whether we will.